Good afternoon. From the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. I'm Paige Browning with a roundup of today's top stories. It's Tuesday, March 24th. The biggest thing happening in our office this week is our spring fundraising drive. At KUOW, we have a couple of big fundraisers every year, and this is one of them. Every show we make is powered by listeners. We run on donations. A great gift right now is $300 to KUOW because at that level, we'll send you our new ceramic KUOW coffee mug and a bag of KUOW branded Cafe Ladro coffee beans. Pretty good deal. And you can donate now and see a photo of the mug at the link in the show notes. Thank you so much. Power outages have hit a few thousand customers in western Washington today as gusty winds followed up on this morning's pouring rain. Most outages right now are in the Sammamish area, with very few in Seattle, Tacoma, or Bellevue. Puget Sound Energy is identifying what went wrong in Sammamish. They're also trying to fix a transmission line that's damaged on Snoqualmie Pass. On Snoqualmie, a landslide caused significant damage to the lines on Friday in the Cabin Creek area. It's still business as usual today at SeaTac Airport. ICE agents have been deployed to several airports nationwide to help reduce security check delays as a partial government shutdown continues. But no ICE agents have been assigned yet to SeaTac. Wait times have held steady at 15 minutes. SeaTac spokesperson Perry Cooper says for years the airport has hired extra help for non-security duties like directing passengers to keep the lines moving.
Try to tell people, take things out of your pockets or make sure you've got, water out, sending people to different lines when they know that one's shorter, those kinds of things.
Cooper says it also helps that a new checkpoint was added last year. It's unclear how long the partial government shutdown is going to last, but today the Department of Homeland Security said more than 450 TSA workers have quit since it started. TSA workers haven't been paid due to a standoff over funding for the Department of Homeland Security. The tree-covered park along Highway 99 in South Park is without a name today. The city of Seattle and King County have stripped it of its old name, Cesar Chavez Park. The city webpage about the park is down, and on Google Maps, it reads, "New name pending." This comes after the late Farm Workers Union leader, Chavez, was accused of sexually assaulting two girls in the 1970s. The allegations have caused a reckoning over his legacy. Today, Seattle Council member Alexis Mercedes Rink said removing his name is about standing with the survivors of abuse and redefining who we choose to honor in shared public spaces. Public officials have also set some new standards in the digital world. Washington is the latest state to regulate artificial intelligence chatbots. Governor Bob Ferguson just signed a pair of bills this week aimed at reining in the technology. Monica Nicholsberg reports.
If you've ever seen something online and struggled to tell whether it was real or AI generated, Governor Ferguson is right there with you.
I'm confident I'm not the only Washingtonian who often sees something on my phone and wondering to myself, exactly, is that AI or is it real? And I feel like I'm a reasonably discerning person, and it is virtually impossible these days.
That's why Ferguson asked for a law that would require content that's been substantially modified with AI to make that information traceable. He also signed a bill that establishes new safeguards for people who use AI chatbots as companions. Things like notifying a user they're talking to a robot, not a human, and limiting conversations with minors that are sexually explicit or involve self-harm. Monica Nicholsberg, KUOW News.
As pennies leave circulation, cash transaction in Washington will start to look a little different. Spokane Public Radio's Eliza Billingham reports.
Say goodbye to super specific totals. Anyone paying in cash in Washington will be rounded up or down to the nearest 0 or 5 cents. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson signed a bill Monday eliminating the need for pennies in the state. Transactions ending in 1, 2, 6, or 7 cents will be rounded down. Those ending in 3, 4, 8, or 9 will be rounded up. That's only for cash payments, though. Electronic payments like credit or debit cards won't be affected. According to the Federal Reserve, people still pay with cash about 14% of the time. Researchers say it's possible a so-called rounding tax could cost Americans millions of dollars each year, with a larger impact on lower-income consumers. I'm Eliza Billingham reporting.
And another remote work policy bites the dust. Seattle Public Schools will require all employees to return to in-person work by July 1st. The Seattle Times reports about 330 people work remotely or in hybrid positions with the school district on the teams that do labor relations, customer service, and curriculum development. Superintendent Ben Schuldener says they want staff working directly with students, teachers, and families. One person kids and families have known for a while in Seattle and celebrated is Detective Cookie. And we have an update on her lawsuit against SPD today. The city of Seattle has reached a $750,000 settlement with Detective Denise Cookie Bolden after she, a 70-year-old black woman, accused the department of decades of gender bias and racism. Seattle City Attorney Erica Evans says in a statement that the detective is a beloved and deeply trusted pioneer at SPD. For years, she played chess with youth, working to keep kids busy outside school hours. In outdoors and environment news today, public lands agencies across Washington state are preparing for reduced budgets this year. OPB's Eric Newman reports.
The budget cuts will affect Washington's 3 public lands agencies: Department of Natural Resources, State Parks, and Department of Fish and Wildlife. At DNR, around 19 recreation sites are expected to either close or get less maintenance. Michael Kelly is DNR's communications director.
The recreation sites don't maintain themselves, and if you can't maintain them, they get further degraded by the use, and then they become safety risks.
The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife will hold off on hiring 11 officers, and State Parks is still assessing what the budget cuts will mean for them. Public lands agencies were just one category of cuts as the Washington legislature tried to address the state's multi-billion-dollar deficit this year. Governor Bob Ferguson has until early April to sign the budget into law. I'm Eric Newman reporting.
Some bummer news is circulating in the cycling community. Ramrod is canceled. That's the annual biking race around the base of Mount Rainier. This would have been year 42. But according to the Tacoma News Tribune, the organizers could not agree on a date with the national park. It's long been held in July, but park authorities had suggested moving it to September, which Ramrod organizers said is too risky because it's darker and colder. No word on future years yet. That's our show today on a very rainy Tuesday, but there are some bright spots all around town because we've hit the peak bloom of cherry blossom trees. The famous Yoshino cherry trees at the UW are in full color, and the university predicts they'll stay at peak bloom for about 10 days, depending on the weather. Next time on Seattle Now, light rail will finally run across Lake Washington starting this weekend, connecting Seattle to Redmond.
For the entirety of my childhood, we had no train service. Throughout my teenage years and beyond, we still had no train service. And so seeing the train here, it's a really powerful feeling. It's like a dream fulfilled, a dream realized.
Hear more Wednesday morning. That's all for today from the KUOW newsroom in Seattle. Our producer's Andy Hurst, and I'm Paige Browning. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. See you later.